Rivaling Africa's game fields, the Alaska Peninsula extends 500 miles along a spine of volcanic mountains. The peninsula is home to moose, wolves, caribou, and the awe-inspiring Alaskan brown bear. Now Botswana professional hunter Jeff Rann has come to the New World to confront the great bear.
This will be the first dangerous game animal I've taken, hope to take, that wasn't part of the Big Five, African Big Five. I'm about as far from Botswana as I could be right now.
Just as an attorney shouldn't be his own client, Rann has chosen to use the outfitting services of Alaska Master Guide Gary Butch King Jr. of Wildman Lake Lodge.
How this hunt came to be is Butch King and I have been friends for a long time, and he won the SCI Professional Hunter of the Year in 2000, and I'd won it the year before. Butch wanted to come and shoot at Cape Buffalo. We got to talking, and I said, well, I wouldn't mind doing a bear hunt myself someday.
These are the biggest bears in the world that live right here on this peninsula. We just happen to have one of the largest and best brown bear areas in Alaska. We shot the rifles in and made sure he had enough warm weather clothes for this Alaska hunt. It's quite different than hunting Botswana.
Even a brown bear will generally keep his distance from humans. An attack, though, is always possible. It's never certain what triggers one. It may be a sow defending cubs or a boar his kill. Often for the human, it's simply the wrong place at the wrong time, which makes bear repellent a must. For Mark Matheny, the end of a successful bow hunt for mule deer in Montana turned into a horrifying lesson on the value of bear repellent.
We were hunting about 15 miles outside of Yellowstone Park. We had taken a nice 4-point mule deer buck up there during our elk hunt, and we were coming down the trail. Fred was about 20 yards behind me, and come over a little knoll, and I caught movement off to my left. Something just kind of flying through the air horizontally, and next thing I know, I see this bear just wolfing coming at me, just thinking this isn't happening, because most of the time you see the bears and they're going the other way, but this thing's just accelerating like instantly speed and coming right at me. Well, I looked for a tree to jump up into. It was just thick branches, nothing climbable, and I did what you're never supposed to do from a bear. I turned around and I ran back towards my partner that was coming down the trail, and I said, "It's a bear, get your spray." And the problem with that is that just increases that prey chase mode. And it's really tough. You say you shouldn't ever do that, but you just react. You want to get out of this locomotive's way. I threw out my bow in front of me and just yelled at her, "Get out of here!" She whacked that down with one paw, and next thing I know, this bear is on me. And now she's got my head in her mouth and she's changed my life. And I'm thinking, oh God, help me. Then I'm hoping Fred will help me out, so I yell, "She's got my head, she's killing me." And that's when she put the power bite on. She hit me very hard then and put a tooth through my skull right above my temple. And I thought my time on earth was finished. This is it, time to meet my creator. But Fred came out and came yelling at that bear. She released me and she dove at him and just bulldozed him right down, just flattened him. And I'm seeing this as I'm crawling away as fast as I can crawl, just thinking, you know, this is bad. She's getting both of us. I mean, I was moving across that ground, which was probably a good thing, because now that I distracted the bear off of Fred, and this bear's going, hey, this mouse is getting away, and here she comes again. She pounces on me. I just never forget the weight of that bear. And she grabbed my arm and she just started shaking, and I thought, is this what it feels like to be tore apart? Fred found his can of pepper spray. It worked, luckily. The next thing I really remember is Fred saying, "Mark, are you okay? The bear's gone." He came over and helped me up. I was having difficult seeing because of the blood running off my head, and this idea came into my head, and I said, "Fred, you should take a picture of me like this so people can see what these bears can do to you." I really believe, because of the hand of God and a friend and pepper spray, I'm still here and able to tell you about this.
We've been battling storms and bad light and rain and snow. We spotted a bear coming down the river and just ran off the top of the mountain here, ran across the cinder flat here to the river, and got there just as the bear was where he needed to be so we could see him.
He's coming this way.
What do you think, Jess?
Nice bear.
Okay, we're gonna shoot him. Okay, I'm gonna let him get as close as he will.
two. Which one's bigger? Which bear's bigger? That one's watching. This one's bigger. Hey, the one closer might be bigger. I think the one closer is bigger.
They say fate is the hunter, and this time the original bear Rann and Gallagher have gone after is being driven off by an even bigger boar.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot. You think? I'm gonna shoot him. Yeah, I think he's bigger. Plenty of time. Just gotta get set up. Quick, yeah, I got a gun.
We set up on the one bear and then a bigger one came out right in front of us.
Did you tell by the way he was moving? How is it?
This is it.
Wish the hell we'd seen him here.
Out.
When the bear that we ended up shooting, the closer bear, looked at that dark bear, and that dark bear just took off. And I knew that there was a dominant male in the area. So got on the sticks. At that point he was fishing, but he was going away from me, and I had to, the only shot I really had with that 300 that I felt comfortable with is trying to shoot him in the back of the neck. I shot a little bit right, turned him, and because I had the double, I had a second shot in a matter of probably a second, maybe even less, and hit him, rolled him, took off, changed directions on us, quickly reloaded, but wasn't able to get another shot into him.
With the downhill angle, Rand's first barrel went a little high, missing the spine shot. The second looked good though, but even a perfectly placed bullet can take several nerve-wracking minutes to bring a bear down, turning tracking in the alder thickets into a tangled nightmare.
Changed barrels now. I've got the 500 465 on, shoots a 480 grain bullet, so in this thick stuff we're going to need some heavy guns, and hopefully it doesn't go very far. Let's load up.
You know, we're gonna have to wade across the stream here.
Yeah, we had him right here below us.
All right, I'm gonna go see if I can cross. See if
Okay.
it's good. All right.
Yeah, sounds good. Just
Woo, son, that is rolling.
in the last few days we've had a lot of rain. The river's come up probably, 4 or 5 inches at least. These bears are dangerous, as is the weather. We got river crossings that could be dangerous. You really swift currents, cold water. Once you get wet, it's hard to get dry. We've got blood here where he's going into the alders. We're going to start here. The wind's really bad. It's straight downwind on us, so he's going to smell us long before we see him. I see him. I see blood on that tree there. Yep, I see him. When I'm moving, I'll go a couple steps, you wait. Yep.
Rann has been here before. The name may have changed from lion or buffalo to brown bear, but the game of tracking a wounded, dangerous animal remains the same.
Stay fairly close at least, so you got a shooting lane.
There are no shortcuts, no easy way to do it. Finding a wounded bear, especially one that may still be alive and will have your wind, requires infinite patience and nerve. It's no exaggeration to say that all hell could break loose in an instant, and that's when the two hunters will have to depend on their rifles and each other.
Good job. How's that? Good job, man. Get you.
The tension was high the whole 2 hours we were tracking him. We really didn't know if he was going to ambush us or if he was around the next bend.
It was a great hunt in really thick alders. Tracked him for about an hour and a half. Lots of blood, good blood trail, and eventually found him dead, but it was a great hunt, really exciting.